All right, good afternoon, everyone here at Ames National Laboratory, and hello to everyone else who's tuning in from all the other national laboratories. We're delighted to have U.S. Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm here today with us in beautiful Ames, Iowa. Thank you for coming. It was a heroic effort for you to make it here today. We're also happy to welcome all the other National Laboratory employees from across the country for this farewell event. Thank you so much for being here, everyone in the audience and downstairs, and thank you all tuning in online. We're very glad to have you. Ames National Laboratory first hosted Secretary Granholm in 2021. Because of the pandemic, unfortunately, she wasn't here, but she joined us on a specially coordinated multi-stop virtual tour. And despite the distance and the limitations of the virtual format, her enthusiasm and passion for the Department of Energy mission was so obvious. And our role in delivering on that mission came through loud and clear. And that enthusiasm and passion continues to this day, supporting our laboratory through 4 years of excellence in science and innovation. A little later today, our researchers will be sharing some highlights with Secretary Granholm, those highlights of our excellence in innovation, such as our Institute for the Cooperative Upcycling of Plastics, an Energy Frontier Research Center, which has made great strides addressing the global challenges of plastic waste through innovations in catalysis. We'll also be inviting her to celebrate the long-term success of the Critical Materials Innovation Hub, a partnership between national laboratories, universities, and industrial partners that has become the country's primary research and development resource for solutions to develop resilient and secure supply chains for rare earth metals and other materials critical to the nation's clean energy security, economic security, and national security. We'll also be showcasing the expansion and renovation of our facilities and capabilities, which spur the transition of lab discoveries from basic science through applied research to commercial adoption in support of U.S. manufacturing, the deployment of more energy efficient power systems, and ultimately the first generation of commercial fusion energy. Accomplishments like these do not happen without strong leadership with vision and purpose. We consider it a great fortune that President Biden wisely chose such a tireless advocate for the value and strength of our national laboratories. So on behalf of all 17 national labs, I express our thanks, and I'm very proud to introduce U.S. Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm.
Thank you so much, Adam, for those really generous words and for the warm welcome. I'm so sorry I'm late. Who's working on teleportation? That's the next breakthrough we need to combat late planes. But I apologize for all of you who are across the country in rooms awaiting the start of this. So, and I see we've got all of the labs online, which is great. Hey, everybody. I'm waving at you. Here, there. So grateful that you're able to participate across the country. I have had the privilege now of visiting all 17 of the labs, both in person and virtually. So I'm glad we were able to make this happen. So excited to be able to do this bit of a retrospective here at Ames. And thank you for the welcome here. I'm excited because we are, for the folks who are beaming in, I don't know if they mentioned this, but this room was named after Ames's first director, Frank Spedding. And actually, he and I have a few things in common. We were both born in Canada. We both lived in Michigan. We both taught at UC Berkeley. You know, he has me beat on the number of Nobel Prize nominations. It would be 8 and 0, but nonetheless, maybe there's time to catch up. Frank spent the bulk of his time, his career at Ames here, and he would have these meetings. For those of you who are here, you know this, but for everybody who's online, he would have these weekly meetings that his crew called spedinars. And at the spedinars, he would ask this simple question, which is, what have you been up to? And today, we're going to borrow a bit of that practice from Frank as we ask across decades and across the country, across labs, what have you been up to? And, you know, not to spoil the show, but I know it is mind-boggling what your teams have been up to. And obviously not just in the past 4 years, but over the course of the scientific enterprise here at the Department of Energy and beyond, clearly. So your labs, I know, have played a role in some of the most important and grandest experiments of our time. Your fingerprints are all over our nation and our world, from the crops we grow to the lighting overhead, to the materials that form buildings that are energy efficient, to the technology that allows me to speak right now, to I see NETL, who's in Oregon right now. I think it's your research arm. I see you guys there. NREL, I see you. Are you standing outside in Colorado? Yes. I hope it's not too cold. SLAC, and I think Sandia is joining us from California as well. Great to see you all on there. Savannah River has joined us from South Carolina, and Fermilab, I think, is on from Illinois, and our friends at Jefferson Lab in Virginia, all on screen. What's really, I think, very cool, as you know, about discovery science is that oftentimes researchers have no idea where their research is going to lead, right? What's going to become of their work. So during World War II, Frank Spedding's colleagues pioneered the methods of uranium purification for use in defense efforts, actually at Los Alamos. And then decades later, we have Oak Ridge and PNNL that are exploring ways to extract uranium from the seawater in our oceans, which enables clean power through nuclear power. Technology used to make COVID-19 vaccines actually can be traced back to Brookhaven, where scientists there were studying an entirely different virus back in the 80s. A leading AIDS drug has roots at an Argonne X-ray facility. Lawrence Livermore's fusion breakthrough became reality, well, obviously 2 years ago, but started 6 decades ago of effort when lab scientists there were hypothesizing that you can fuse nuclei together with lasers. And then meanwhile, over at Princeton Lab, they were taking a different innovative approach, which was how fusion can occur using magnets. And, you know, both of which the people who've been working on these for decades, you know, we keep saying that it's just around the corner. Well, we've proven that it's possible. And now we have all of these great fusion startups that are working in various ways to actually make it a reality, which I think will happen in, I will say, my lifetime. So therefore, all of your lifetimes, it will happen, I believe. Right now, 140 million miles away, NASA's Perseverance rover is actually searching for ancient life on Mars with a power system that was assembled by INL scientists and fueled by a plutonium isotope that was first synthesized at Berkeley in the 1940s. Scientists are at the beginning and the middle and the end of our work at the Department of Energy. Every pore, every crevice, we are bound to scientists in an inextricable garment of destiny, as Dr. King might have said. We have a deeper understanding of the world around us the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, the food that we eat, because of the work that is done by you all. DOE has been trumpeting over the past few months. We've been doing the rounds about saying what great things have happened in the past 4 years. And one of the things we continue to talk about is that 400,000 people are now employed in clean energy. And those 400,000 people who are employed in clean energy are not just able to put food on the table or maybe send their kids to college or make the mortgage payments, but they're able to have those jobs because they may be manufacturing the technology that comes out of the labs. People are alive today because doctors have prescribed treatments that were discovered in our labs for diabetes or cancer or heart disease. I mean, it's cool, right? It's amazing that you're working at a place where you make such an enormous difference. You know, I don't think that people understand. They don't look under the hood to see where those treatments come from, where those technologies come from. They just expect that they're going to work. But I just want you to know that I see you. I'm so grateful for you, so grateful for these past 4 years. And there's not many people who can say that they are doing great things at work that have value and addition to the world and, you know, able to put food on your table and put your kids through college. It is an amazing ability to work at this department and solve the greatest issues and problems of our time. So now I want to do something that you probably don't get a chance to do much, which is to have you listen to you brag about what you have all been up to, as Frank Spedding would say. So with that, I think, Dr. Richmond, I'm turning the floor back over to you. All right.
Well, it's great to be here. Thank you, Secretary, for being here. Thank you, all the labs, too, that are here, and all of you, all the research scientists, and also the operations people that keep these labs going. You know, you are amazing. You are amazing. And our job has tried to get the word out just how incredibly amazing you all are. And so, and that's to all the labs. So you're the best. You're just the best. And I say that wherever I go. I think the most enjoyable part of this position I've been honored to hold has been to get to know all of you, either through your science or the visitations that we've done, or all the stories I read out to the Secretary in the morning where I brag about you all the time, about all the amazing things that you do. And our morning huddle, where you have, if you're virtual, I put my background so that it shows the kind of science that you're doing, so I can really get a visual for it. So it's really been all of the labs, and particularly the 13 that I oversee in the Office of Science, and also in the applied areas too. But as you know, better than anyone, the progress that we've made is a milestone, but is not the finish line. There is so much more to do, and we are up to doing it. The nation depends upon us: energy, environment, security, research. That's our mission. That's the mission that I hope we all value. We certainly do. But I think it's what's going to make a difference, continue to make a difference as we go forward. Your resilience, your creativity, and dedication give me confidence that we can achieve more as we go forward. Your work matters. It matters a lot. It matters a lot. It's mattered to us at the Department of Energy, and it matters to all the students that you get involved in your projects and the postdocs. And again, I want to give a shout out to all those people that help the research scientists make things work, make those X-ray beams go on, make those facilities work too. So let me just thank you and say, let's keep the charge going. But before I do that, before I end and walk off of here, I want to turn this now over to Administrator Jill Ruby, who oversees the NNSA lab, so she can say a few words. She has been my sister. Is that okay, Jill? You know, just down the hall. She's just incredible. It's been so fortunate to have the three undersecretaries and especially this amazing woman, Jill. So, Jill, I'm going to turn it over to you and then come back to start the lab call.
Thanks, Jerry. I really appreciate it. I have another appointment in just a few minutes, so I'm cutting in line, if you will, here. But it's such a pleasure to be with my DOE colleagues and all my friends and colleagues in the laboratories. I just want to say that early in her term, Secretary Granholm called the Department of Energy the Solutions Department. And I remember that because I thought it was such a great description of the department and solutions to all the hard problems, to the hardest science problems, to the hardest engineering problems, to the hardest national security problems, to the hardest energy problems, and we deliver. I know most of you know that I served my professional career at Sandia Labs as an employee and as a leader. And from inside and outside, I know how special our labs are. I really believe that the Department of Energy's National Lab System is absolutely unmatched, and it is rightly the envy of the world. Our scientists and engineers working in teams make stunning advancements, from fusion breakthroughs and the deployment of the world's most powerful supercomputers to advances in artificial intelligence and clean energy technologies that will power the future. So thank you so much for what you all do every day. This is an incredible enterprise, and I am confident that the momentum that has been gained in this administration will continue on, and I look forward to watching it. Thanks very much for letting me cut in. Back to you, Jerry.
Okay. All right. Okay, drum roll. Okay, here come the labs, all right? I will first start out with the Office of Science Laboratories, and we're gonna do popcorn. We're gonna pop from one lab to the other, and the first pop to go is going to be Argonne National Laboratories. Hit it.
Dr. Richmond and Secretary Granholm, leadership for the U.S. Department of Energy, and congratulations on all the accomplishments during your tenure. We're very pleased and very proud to be a partner with you and great accomplishments. I'm here with the Argonne leadership team, and on behalf of the entire Argonne community, we want to say thank you to both of you for your incredible support. We are proud, quite proud of what we have achieved together during these last few years because of your unwavering commitment to the Department of Energy mission and to the laboratories. Secretary Granholm, we were quite honored that you hosted your very first visit to a national laboratory some time ago now. Not long after that, though, you helped us cut the ribbon on the advanced photon sources at the Long Beam Line building, shining a bright light on the upgrades of the advanced photon source. With your strong support, we celebrated the completion of that massive upgrade project this summer with Undersecretary Richmond joining us for that occasion. Argonne's Aurora supercomputer also broke the exascale barrier this year. Together with the APS, this dynamic duo will certainly transform how we do science in the future, not just here across Argonne, but across the scientific community, really dramatically accelerating the pace of discovery. Secretary Granholm, very moving comment you made for many at the laboratory. You famously called the APS upgrade a gift to the planet. And we're thrilled that we have delivered that gift during your tenure. One last shout out really is for the strong leadership, really being willing to champion a very prominent and impactful role for the department and the national laboratories in artificial intelligence for science, security, and energy. For these and many other reasons, thank you both for your dedicated service to the national laboratories, the scientific community, the American people, and to Argonne. Your impact will be felt for generations to come. We certainly wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Now I want to turn things over to my colleagues at Brookhaven National Lab.
Secretary Granholm, my name is Daniel Marks. When you were here in April, we spoke about the electron-ion collider, which will be built at Brookhaven with DOE, Jefferson Lab, New York State, and other partners. Thank you for supporting young scientists and giving us this incredible opportunity.
Thank you for supporting the NASA-led Lucy Knight experiment for physics research from the far side of the moon. I am Sven Hermann. I helped create a radio spectrometer with high-performance electronics that can endure the harsh conditions of space. Lucy Knight is scheduled to launch next year, and we can't wait.
Hi, Secretary Granholm. I'm Jasmine Hatcher-Lamar, and I'm a chemist in the Isotope Production Department, which expanded under your leadership. We met at that virtual visit and in person when you came to Brookhaven. We just wanted to thank you for your continued support of workforce development and your investment in early career scientists. We are forever grateful, and we wish you the best. And with that, we'll send you back to Fermilab.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Mangiorno, the social media manager for Fermilab. What are we made of? How did the universe begin? And what can the most elementary particles of matter teach us about space and time? Since 1967, Fermilab has worked to understand these and other fundamental questions, enhancing our understanding of the universe. In 1977, physicists announced the discovery of the bottom quark. In 1995, CDF and D0 announced the discovery of the top quark. And in 2000, Donut directly detected the tau neutrino for the first time. This year, Fermilab marked the completion of the excavation for the caverns for the Deep Underground Neutrino experiment, excavating some 800,000 tons of rock in the process. A mile underground, these caverns will be home to the 5-story tall FAR detectors for DUNE. An international experiment, DUNE promises to unlock the mysteries of neutrinos and enhance our understanding of the universe and how it works. The DUNE collaboration consists of over 1,400 collaborators from 200 institutions in 35 countries, plus CERN, and of course that includes some of our sister national labs. And we're so excited to celebrate more milestones with you all next year as DUNE starts to take shape.
Thank you, Fermilab. Next, in the short clip from Berkeley Lab, you'll see the highlights from Secretary Granholm's visits to the campus and multiple user facilities and the ongoing work we are doing together to bring science solutions to the world. And next, a message from the Oak Ridge National Laboratory.
Secretary Granholm, thank you so much for your strong support of the National Laboratories. Here at Oak Ridge, we're honored that you've joined us several times to break ground on our Stable Isotope Production and Research Center, to visit our new facility for materials and quantum science, and to tour the whole lab twice, both virtually and in person. Our staff members loved having you here. It means a lot when the Secretary takes time to learn what we do and encourages the staff members directly contributing to U.S. competitiveness and innovation. Oak Ridge National Lab is here to help solve some of the toughest challenges in science and technology, and we were glad for your partnership. We know you'll continue to be an advocate for Oak Ridge, and indeed all the labs. Thank you and all the best, and you're welcome in East Tennessee anytime.
Thank you, Oak Ridge team. Next, we welcome PNNL live from the West Coast.
Well, greetings. I'm Laboratory Director Stephen Ashby, and with me today is Emily Mace, who is one of our terrific STEM ambassadors and a physicist in our National Security Directorate.
Thanks, Steve. I'm excited to share 3 quick examples today of where PNNL contributions have gone in the last few years, specifically in scientific discovery, energy resilience, and national security. First, we launched a new partnership with Microsoft and demonstrated how AI could dramatically accelerate scientific discovery and materials. It was the #1 social media event in PNNL history, and we were even in lights in Times Square. Next, we dedicated the launch of the grid storage launchpad, This collaborative research facility is helping us advance energy storage solutions, and that was made possible with your support, Madam Secretary. Lastly, we are working on next generation airport security technology. In fact, I imagine many of you have done what we all call the PNNL salute. Our recent advancements in this area are going to be integrated into those full body scanners so that in the future, everyone can leave their shoes on.
Thank you very much, Emily. And one last thing. Next year, 2025, marks the 60th anniversary of the Pacific Northwest National Laboratory. We're looking for all of you to come out for a visit. Secretary Granholm, please come on back for an encore visit to the laboratory. Thank you for your terrific leadership. Now, over to Princeton. Now I'll throw it over to Princeton.
Hello from Princeton. It's been a great honor to serve under your leadership, Secretary. Thank you for everything you have done. We were asked for a fun fact about our lab. It's the hottest place in the universe, 400 million degrees. It's a record we cherish very much. This is the place that much of the fusion research that you talked about in your introduction started. And when fusion is done, they'll remember us for that. But there are many other things we're doing in the intermediate time. We're also helping the US microelectronics industry, and we're making diamonds. Every time I say we're making diamonds, I think I sound like a Bond villain. But we are making diamonds. We're inspired by the vision that you brought to the Department of Energy, and we thank you so much. And now I will pass to the SLAC National Accelerator Lab. Thank you again.
Hi, friends. I'm Swati Narswan, a Stanford graduate student pursuing my PhD at SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory. Hello, Secretary Granholm. We had an awesome time hosting you at SLAC a year ago. My colleagues and I showed you some of the work we do here at the SLAC Stanford Battery Center. One of the projects we talked about was addressing the limitations of fast charging batteries. And since then, we've discovered new connections between the nanoscale materials properties and the fast charge performance of lithium-ion batteries, which could inform an innovation leap in the manufacturing of battery materials. I feel charged up working at SLAC because I get to work with the most lovely, talented people at a state-of-the-art facility to pursue answers to the most exciting scientific questions. All of us at SLAC are thankful for support from the DOE, and we're also grateful to you, Secretary Granholm, and your entire team for your service. Thank you.
A big thank you to our SLAC team. Next, a message from the Jefferson Lab.
Hello, my name is Ron Li Gang. I work at the Jefferson Lab as the department head for superconducting RF science and technology. It's great to be here. Jefferson Lab's Continuous Electron Beam Accelerator Facility, CBAF, was the first of its kind, with large-scale installation of superconducting radio frequency cavities, a groundbreaking technology that underpins many of today's most advanced particle accelerators in operation for nuclear and particle physics, as well as for X-ray light sources and neutron sources. Here at the Jefferson Lab, my work centers around supporting CBAF operation, investigating approaches to accelerate efficiency improvement and capability upgrade, as well as R&D for future SRF accelerator-based scientific facilities, like those identified in the nuclear physics long-range plan and the high-energy physics P5 report. At Jefferson Lab, we are committed to advance our understanding of the most fundamental building blocks of the world we all live in, and we continue to strive for excellence in technologies and innovations to address challenges of national interest.
Thank you so much, Jefferson Lab team. Now back to Dr. Richmond in Ames.
Well, that's very exciting. I'm going to now turn it over to our applied energy laboratories, but before I do this, because it'll be passing on, thank you, Secretary Granholm. Thank you. Your leadership has been amazing, and that's all I'm saying, because I can't say anything more. It's just amazing. The honor of my life to do this. Okay, so now Idaho National Laboratory. So INL, hit it.
Hi, my name is Cameron Schiller, and I am a mechanical engineer here at Idaho National Laboratory, where I focus on integrating robotics into our new sample preparation laboratory, or SPL, which is the first hot cell facility built at INL in 49 years. My work involves designing and implementing robotic systems to streamline operations and improve efficiency in handling radioactive materials. This year, INL is proudly celebrating 75 years as a national laboratory. As the Nation's Center for Nuclear Energy Research and Development, INL's vision is to change the world's energy future and secure our nation's critical infrastructure. And now we would like to introduce the National Energy Technology Lab.
Thank you, and greetings from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the National Energy Technology Laboratory, where we celebrated our 25th anniversary this month. I'm Mary Ann Walk, the director of NETL, and I want to personally thank Secretary Granholm for all of her contributions to us and to the Department of Energy over the last several years. And while NETL is relatively new at a national laboratory, our history goes all the way back to 1910 with Bureau of Mines. Today, we do our R&D at 3 sites: Morgantown, West Virginia, Albany, Oregon, and Pittsburgh. And over the years, our technology development has contributed to a lot of important advances ranging from acid rain elimination to the shale gas revolution. And a key current focus area for us is the supply of critical minerals to our nation, focusing on unconventional sources such as coal ash. These are important for both the energy security and for our overall national security of the nation. And as DOE's only government-owned and government-operated national laboratory, NETL is proud to serve the nation as a field office for the department. This past year, we awarded more than $10 billion, with a B, in funds that supports more than 2,000 projects across the nation to advance DOE's missions. We're working every day to help shape our energy future through research and development in carbon management and sustainable energy production. So thank you again, Secretary Granholm, and now I'll turn it over to the National Renewable Energy Laboratory.
Thank you, everybody. So at NREL, we're running 4 sites, 2 here in Colorado, 1 in Washington, and 1 in Alaska. Here in Colorado, on this beautiful foothills of the Rocky Mountains, we're working on the future of energy, from renewable energy, energy efficiency, energy security, and also systems integration. In Alaska, we're tackling this big extreme environments and trying to make the life of the people there in Alaska much better. So, Madam Secretary, how you always said, we made a lot of progress, and we are so excited and proud to see what progress we have made over the last 4 years, but we know we have so much more to do. For us, it was a great honor to accompany you when you went down to Puerto Rico, talked to all these communities within the Puerto Rico 100 study. We were so excited when you joined the President of the United States and the governor to visit the Flatiron site, and we told you all about the energy systems integration. So we're so excited and so proud to work with you. And for this now, we know we have a lot of work to do, so there's so much more work to do. But what we want to do really in name of all the NRELians, we want to thank you for all your support and dedication and your urgency to create a better planet. So thank you, Madam Secretary, for all what you've done in name of all the NRELians. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, and I almost forgot. Now we had a change, so I have given it over now to Kim from Livermore to do the next little video or remarks.
Thank you, Martin. It seems particularly fitting that you would introduce me. So, Secretary Granholm, I want to thank you for your incredible leadership for the incredible team you assembled at the Department of Energy, to Administrator Ruby for the incredible leadership she's provided. You always wonder if you'll live in interesting times, and it's certainly been an interesting 4 years for the National Nuclear Security Administration. Each year, we meet with you to talk about our assessment of the nation's nuclear stockpile. And I want to thank you for your leadership, your interest, your great questions, and your commitment to the nation's national security. At Livermore, I thought I would give you a list of some of the greatest hits from the last 4 years, because there are many, many things to talk about over the arc of our time together. First, it started with your virtual visit in July of 2021, where we deployed drones to give you a really great look at how our lab works, and you really inspired our staff, even in a virtual visit. We knew this was going to be a special 4 years. Over that time, we made incredible advances in manufacturing, particularly additive manufacturing, applying that to everything from new ways to think about taking carbon out of the environment, to new energy technologies, to new ways to modernize our nuclear stockpile and our nuclear security enterprise. We published the Roads to Removal report, led by a team here at Livermore, with many of the national labs participating, a county-by-county look at the nation's ability to really achieve net zero by removing carbon dioxide from our environment. And of course, more recently, our supercomputer, El Capitan, debuted as #1 on the top 500 list, again, asserting DOE's leadership in this incredibly important technology area, which with our efforts in AI is going to revolutionize everything from our nuclear security goals to biology and beyond. And finally, it goes without saying that our top event with you was the announcement in 2022 of the achievement of fusion ignition here at Lawrence Livermore at the National Ignition Facility. And just so you know that will live forever, it's in the Google 25 years of search, most searched items. So you will be forever enshrined in that amazing moment where you announced that accomplishment. So thank you for your leadership, and thank you for all you've done for the national labs. And we look forward to seeing you back in California. Here, here. Oh, and I'm supposed to introduce my good friend and colleague, Tom Mason from Los Alamos National Laboratory.
Okay. All right, thank you, Kim. It's really a pleasure to acknowledge the work that we've done, Secretary Granholm, with you and your team, over what has been a really incredible period of growth for our laboratory and for the complex. And of course, one highlight of that was celebrating our 80th anniversary, where we had an opportunity to reflect on your decision to vacate the loyalty security hearing that was a terrible miscarriage of justice in the 50s that was finally reversed with your historic decision. In terms of some highlights from the lab, I guess I'd have to start with the achievement this year of the nation's first War Reserve pit in over a decade. Restarting pit production was a significant effort. It took many, many years and drew on expertise, not just at Los Alamos, but our colleagues at Livermore, Kansas City, and within the NNSA. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that I haven't forgotten my commitment to you in terms of the diamond stamp coveted T-shirt that acknowledges that achievement. I think the other thing that happened this year that was really noteworthy was we took delivery of a supercomputer called Venado, which is the first large supercomputer in the nation to use the Grace Hopper superchips that are so well optimized for artificial intelligence, and we're already using it to train large language models, and I'm sure great things will come of that. So I'm really excited for what's in store for the laboratories, and I'd like to thank you, Secretary Granholm, for helping us to solve some of the world's biggest scientific challenges. And with that, I'm going to hand off to Sandia National Laboratories.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nathan Moore, a physicist at Sandia Labs. It's an honor to join you today, celebrating Secretary Granholm and the amazing work happening across our 17 national labs. We've had so many accomplishments during your tenure, including the Mark 21 fuse, the W80-4 Life Extension Program, AI and cybersecurity, advancements in solar energy, and so much more. This year, Sandia marked its 75th anniversary. Yes, 75 years of innovation that has advanced engineering, science, and national security. It's been truly awesome and a powerful reminder of how far we've come. Not only that, but how much more lies ahead. Our work at Sandia spans everything from nuclear security to, well, protecting the planet. Speaking of that, here's a project close to my heart. Recently, we unveiled work that, until now, seemed like science fiction. This research was done with our very own Z machine, showing we have the capability to use powerful X-ray bursts to deflect asteroids before they collide with Earth. Pretty cool. So thank you, Secretary Granholm, for your leadership and vision for what the DOE labs can achieve. My Sandia colleagues and I are grateful, and we're proud to contribute to this vital mission. I can't wait to see where we go next.
Thank you, Sandia, Administrator Ruby, and all of our NNSA labs. Now we welcome Candace Robertson from the Office of Environmental Management.
Thank you, Madam Secretary, for your transformative and empowering leadership. It is truly amazing to be here and to hear about our national laboratory's achievements in these past 4 years, thanks in no small part because of your vision, your leadership, and your advocacy. As the head of the EM program, I know how critical cutting-edge science is to the EM mission. That's why for 20 years, EM has been fortunate to have the Savannah River National Laboratory as our corporate lab. SRNL's slogan is "We put science to work," and I have seen firsthand how that benefits EM. The advancements, innovations, and scientific understanding DOE's national laboratories have provided to the EM program underpin the decisions that we make and enable us to build trust and support for those decisions. Having access to this world-class science has helped EM drive new approaches and tools for our cleanup needs so that we can perform our work in an even safer, more efficient, and more effective manner. SRNL has developed and deployed over 1,000 technologies for protecting the environment. The lab has developed innovative solutions for some of our most pressing challenges, like accelerating our tank waste work and advancing groundwater cleanup. SRNL is home to the Regulatory Center of Excellence, which brings together technical expertise, academic experts, and real-world regulatory and communications expertise to help us be more effective in our work with state regulators. And next year, the lab's capabilities will grow with the opening of the Advanced Manufacturing Collaborative, or AMC. The AMC will assist the lab in collaborating with startups, established manufacturers, and academia to improve U.S. industrial competitiveness. Advanced manufacturing is just one area where SRNL's talent and expertise go beyond cleanup to aid DOE priorities. With your unwavering support, Secretary Granholm, SRNL is helping to secure a clean energy future, supporting national defense, and reducing emerging nuclear threats. None of this would be possible without the very special people at SRNL, and it's my honor to introduce one of our best and brightest. Dr. Will Jolin is one of our world-class, award-winning SRNL engineers. As a member of the Glass, Cement, and Ceramic Sciences Group, Dr. Jolin researches ways to immobilize radioactive materials and leads the grout and saltstone team. Throughout this work, he is helping address one of the department's largest environmental liabilities. Welcome, Dr. Jolin. Thank you for joining us. And with that, I'll turn it over to you.
I'm Will Jolin. I'm a researcher here at Savannah River National Lab. I wanted to tell you about an exciting project we're working on for the Savannah River Pit Production Facility, where we're developing a novel cement to get rid of their waste and send it off to the waste isolation pilot plant. Originally, the waste was going to be put in Portland cement, but in the quantities that we would be generating, that was not acceptable to WIPP. So we developed a novel magnesium oxysulfate cement, which has all the necessary requirements between shielding and matching the complex geochemistry of the WIPP site. It really is a testament to the applied research here at Savannah River National Lab, and it's a great project to work on.
Thank you, Savannah River. To close out our program, we welcome back Secretary Jennifer Granholm. Well, thanks to everybody who contributed online or submitted. Thanks to all of you all here at Ames. I'm just struck by you all or the folks online saying thank you to me, when really this is about me saying thank you to you. This is all about what you are doing, and I'm grateful for your generosity, but I'm really grateful to you for what you have been doing. When you see the quick run of accomplishments, which I know is just a fraction of all of the work that's being done, but between the tools that we have, the exascale computers, the particle colliders, the advanced photon sources and X-rays, and all of just the incredible work that's being done, it is really mind-blowing. It is really mind-blowing. So I know that there's about 2,000 people who are watching online as well today. And I just want to say that I know that moments of transition can be stressful. We don't frankly know what's coming ahead. And I have a few hypotheses, but I who knows what's happening. I do know that the lab system has support from both sides of the aisle, across the board, and that will continue. Your work and the importance of it will continue. And, if we've learned anything from science, life and science can be unpredictable. And, maybe your experiment doesn't go like you thought it was when you started out asking the question. Maybe you solve a different problem than the one you started on. Maybe you ask a question or sketch out a concept that leads to the next big breakthrough in some clean energy technology or in some cure for an illness, some groundbreaking discovery. Our best ideas, I know, are the ones that have legs and run beyond the individual researcher, run to the next generation, run to the scientists who come behind and the researchers who come behind, the next big thinkers. I am particularly grateful for the lab directors who have made all of these teams gel and enabled all of these experiments. I'm so grateful to the undersecretaries. Jerry, you had such great words, but for those of you who don't know Jerry Richmond, she is a joyful warrior. And it's true that every morning we have a morning huddle, and every morning she comes with something amazing that a researcher in a lab is working on or has discovered, and makes sure that we all know about it, even if we're not in the lab part of the Department of Energy. And Jill Ruby, I don't know if she had to jump, I think, but I had to twist Jill Ruby's arm to come back to DOE. And as Adam and I were just saying, boy, am I glad that we were able to do that, because her shepherding of the defense labs has been nothing short of amazing. So, on behalf of 330 million people in this country, and those beyond this country who are impacted positively by your work, thank you. They may not know your names yet. Who knows how many Nobelists are out there still waiting to be voted on. But I can tell you this, that it has been the privilege of a lifetime to serve as the Secretary of Energy in these past 4 years. There has been amazing work that has been done both on the deployment side, on the applied side, and on the research side. And all of that means that our nation is more secure, means that our nation is cleaner in terms of its energy sources, and it means that there's nothing stopping us. So I can't wait to see where all of your work takes us next. On behalf of the planet as well, thank you.